What is up, guys? Space Monk here, and I'm going to read to you today the Phoenix Journal number 2. And they called his name Immanuel. I am Sananda. By mine hand I bless these writings, and upon the truth I place mine seal. The name of Judas Iscariot shall henceforth be given the radiance of truth. Judas Iscariot did not betray me. Judas Iscariot was my most beloved friend for all mine life journey. And this is a reproduction. This reproduction is from an actual photograph taken on June 1st, 1961 in Chichen Itza, Yucatan, by one of 30 archaeologists working in the area at the time. Sananda appeared in visible, tangible body and permitted his photograph to be taken. That's him. That's himself. Introduction. Recording number 1. Isu Jesus Sananda, Sunday, August 6th, 1989, 9 a.m., Year 2, Day 355. I am here, Dharma, in the light of Aten. I am Sananda, to be referred to in these upcoming writings as Immanuel. To have this information makes it most critical that care be taken, for the scribe will be in utmost jeopardy of life itself. My utmost appreciation and respect goes to the pioneers who dared put these truths to paper and have since been either assassinated, murdered, or terribly persecuted. The information will follow the scrolls of record-making by mine beloved friend Judas Iscariot, who was always faithful and true and scribed those things brought forth in his attention, and by historical data presented by spirit forms Pitale and Arahat Athersata, unto one on your place to remain nameless on this particular date of writing, for the protection of him and his family. The receiver of the scrolls has long since been murdered along with his entire family. This will now be put to paper in thy language, so that when the time is appropriate, ye shall already have it unto print. We will bring unto you proof, and then man will need of this information immediately. Great gratitude goes forth unto these blessed ones of Pleiades, who faithfully give unto Earth Friend the explanations, translations, and protection of the scrolls themselves. I give open dedication to Svath, Asket, Samjase, and Ta, and their crews, who risked thy atmosphere and hostilities for lo, these years to bring forth truth unto ye awakening ones of earth. When protection is assured, I shall dedicate a section in the book of life unto the one on your place who dared. So be it. I further give unlimited praise and gratitude to this little scribe who dares to speak truth within the viper pit. Many of mine words will be familiar to the original publisher of these truths, but he will forgive my own interpretations, for these truths cannot be kept hidden within archives, for the time is at hand in which only truth shall allow of earthman to endure and ultimately survive. Many of the writings will have already been presented to mine small circle of friends, in and through brethren in Tehashape, in that they have been incorporated into lessons by myself, that they might begin to understand the magnitude of the truth as it disputes that which is printed so unrestrained about thy planet. When I make comment about white races, I take no exception to color as such that you recognize. It is a definition of which you of earth can relate in description. Ye of earth will grow above thy bigotry, or ye shall not function within the outer universe. Within the orderly functioning of the cosmos, there is not allowed for bigotry. Ye are of different colors simply because ye are experiencing in different color format, no more and no less. Firstly, I will give you some historical data regarding this information and some more current attitudes. Leaders, especially the so-called church cults, will be troubled. However, ye cannot decipher thy holy books because they are unreasonable and filled with misinformation. What I shall bring unto thee is not only truth, it is most sensible. You ones will stop placing limits upon God, or ye shall perish in thy ignorance and foolishness. There is no worse self-penalty than that of leading thy brother into foolishness, which costs him his life. The document to follow is translated from scrolls which were brought forth in thy year 1900 plus 63 by a Catholic priest priest of Greek heritage. The writings were recorded mostly at my side. The scrolls were preserved as well as was possible at that time, and hidden beneath flat stones within the tomb in which I was placed. The priest will remain without name in protection of any heirs remaining from his household lineage. These daring few are not of thy United States of America, and families are even more in jeopardy in the part of the world in which they reside, or resided, or now reside. He requested security at the time of bringing them forth, and we shall continue to honor that request until such time all is in safety. Judas Iscariot was a beloved disciple of myself. He has been falsely deprecated as the betrayer of myself for lo, these 2,000 years, although this precious one was not connected in any way with the betrayal. The heinous deed of betrayal was actually executed by one of the house of Herat, Judah. The still reigning Orthodox and conservative clergy and their misled followers may well try to deny, destroy, and accuse as untrue the text which will be presented with all possible means, just as they have with many other documents which testified to the actual truth, reference to the books of Enoch and Jezreel, etc. Never heard of them? Of course ye have not, but if ye dig ye shall find them, for they have been purposefully preserved in duplication, for the originals have been destroyed, that you never hear of them. These aforementioned books were originally placed within the covers of the Holy Bible, of which ye dally, then removed intentionally, for they were too truthful. This was done intentionally to preserve the threatened misleading false teachings as presented by earth doctrine hierarchy. Every effort will be put forth to pull this document from publication and circulation. Newsflash, it will not work this time. Pressure has been placed upon the first editor of the text from many facets, and he has been persecuted and fears assassination fulfillment, as 3 major attempts at such in the year 1975 were almost successful. This, even with witnesses present. Steps are long underway by police, authorities, prosecutors, judges, and courts, as well as media defamation of character on a wide-scale basis to destroy this material. Of course, it cannot succeed in nor harm the truth of the text in one iota. The cunning agents charged with this assignment shall most certainly proceed with utmost caution and skill, and with much intrigue, in order that the text will be denounced, regarded as a lie, and destroyed, as was also the case after the publication of other texts. The original, however, were and are included in the Vatican's library in Rome. So be it. Ye have just had the Shroud of Turin rejected as untruth. Ah, so? It was in the same tomb within which the scrolls herein written were also preserved and presented, at one and the same time. Now, how do ye think those things got there in the first place, and found after almost 2,000 years? Because ye are moving into the final stages of thy Revelation's prophecies. The world will come into truth, friends. The world will come into truth. Fanatics of religious cults and other misled individuals shall cry murder and use all means at their disposal to fight the existence of the texts, and against the ones who bring this information forth. But as ye know, it has been thus all along, without hesitation to murder or defame any in protection of self, lies, and control of other humans. It has ever been this way on thy placement. What of the Christian Inquisition? This ordered by the Holy Vatican Chair, in order to realize how, for instance, the Holy Office or the Holy Chair in Rome and the Pope proceeds in order to build up the false cult religion Christendom, or to save it. By order of the Holy Chair in Europe, the recorded murders ordered by the Holy Chair totaled over 9 million during the time of the Inquisition alone. The unrecorded number of murders by thy own earth records in historical libraries is speculated to be another 9 million. Would you guess that perhaps the greatest Antichrist on thy placement might be the Christians? The German Holocaust pales by comparison, does it not? Is it any wonder that the records which would be placed within thy holy books would be most carefully translated into lies in support of the ones in power? Ones of my beloved friends and followers have been thusly recorded incorrectly, and their own truth butchered and stolen. They have come back, brethren, to set it to rights. So be it, Peter, Socrates, Akhenaten, Mr. Bacon, so be it. This time overly ye shall pull it off. Blessed scribe in Galilee and long before. Ye shall each be shown thy placement, for I honor thee ones, but time does not permit at this sitting. This translation proves without any doubt that the false teachings of the doctrine cult religions are completely without truth, and that they are irresponsible machinations of creatures without scruples who were partially hired by the holy chair, or perhaps were ignorant, and as the religious grouping broke away because of the false teachings and persecution, had no truth upon which to base the new. I am not going to dwell in what would be called the Old Testament at this scribing in any great detail, for thy truth of more recent history is that which affects you most critically at this cycle of transition and revelation. We shall get into the creation and things of that nature at another writing. In my name these ones were, throughout thousands of years, without thought or scruples, and shed human blood through murdering people in the counted millions. Is this justice from a just God? We shall see. Worse, however, the successors of these murderous and unscrupulous creatures created throughout the centuries and millennia a mighty power of cult religion which was able to rule the entire world. In the course of past millennia, the cult religions brutally fought their way up through bloody and bestial murders to the most influential powers of the earth, to which even the brutal and dictatorial governments bow. Even thy leaders who are not of the faith. They are even asked to intercede in behalf of ones, to the leaders who disclaim Christianity. Does this not tell thee truth? This is the most putrid cover of the most influential power in the name of a false and deceptive love, which, literally speaking, walks over dead bodies without thought or compunction, devoid of conscience. Backed by the false teaching and altered concepts of the New Testament, the Christian cult religion maneuvered itself into the politics of all countries. It does not even shy away from entering the most intimate family life of people, even intruding into the bed of the married couple in order to attack the last and most private secret of man, and pull it down in the cult religion's filthiness of the so-called church, and thus destroy any and everything of human personal value. Finally, the time is at hand, brethren, that these squalid operations, finally, the time is at hand, brethren, that these squalid operations may be terminated when man is reasonable enough, awakens his senses, reforms his thinking, and dedicates himself to the real teachings I brought forth to the most sickened world even 2,000 years ago. Though all these people who stick obstinately to the deceptive insanity of cult religions and are therefore no longer able to think normally, with any sense of reason, and defy doing so and protest against it, their battle of madness will be in vain, for truth will be stronger than all cult religions' insanity and any prurient lie. Even if the lie has been around up to now for millennia. This lie will now be uncovered and destroyed, even if the lie and all its adherents and champions protest against it with all their might and resources. Truth will finally triumph, even if the victory is won at a very high price, as it is written in the text, which says that the truth will call forth a worldwide catastrophe. But the truth is needed and can therefore no longer be kept quiet. A catastrophe will be understandable if one considers that the cult religions have become exceedingly powerful, by which power they have so far been able to suppress all truths directed against them through all kinds of murderous and nasty means, and shall try this again now. And again they will not refrain from murder, as this was consistently the case in the past. For this reason, the scribes of these texts will most likely be persecuted, possibly murdered, as already attempted, and as with this one, successfully so. Remember, however, ye now work for or against God, and this one has been in resuscitation on 3 occasions. The evil forces are now working directly against me, and I shall prevail, for I am one with God, and I come forth to reclaim that which is the Father's. I hereby again place the opposing forces on notice. I am returned in mine full inheritance, and ye shall not prevail. Mine people shall be set unto freedom, and ye of Satan and persecutors shall be cast down into the infinite void. So be it, for I have spoken it thusly, and so it is written. So shall it come to pass in this thy generation, in thy counting of time, near. From all this the earthman will finally see what truth is, and recognize the lie perpetrated against his very soul life. It is only through the truth that mankind can assert his force and power over man, enslaving him in every respect. Let it be noted here, for those of you who think ye are safe, and will sort of note this and let Dharma or Sister or Little Crow or BM or K. Copeland or any other take the load, forget it, brothers. For this was your commitment, and I would not like to stand at thy judgment, which I most surely shall, having given these scribes into thy adversaries' clutches. This is why there are no gray areas. Ye are either with me or against me. If you are sort of, then ye are a deadly tool for the use of the dark forces. I hope I have made it very clear that casual believers and adherents of the real teaching of myself, Immanuel, Isu Jesus Christos, Isa, Asa, Immanuel Sananda, etc., are threatened also. However, these ones who scribe are placed in double jeopardy and endangered from 2 factors. These ones are also direct contacts between the earth and extraterrestrial forms of knowledge, and very highly developed forms of spirit of higher levels, who transmit to them unadulterated, directly, mouth to ear, and in total truth. The lies will be uncovered and brought into light that the masses can witness unto truth. For proof shall accompany the messages, and this will begin in full measure in thy very short future, in thy clock segments. I will hereby give unlabeled deference and homage unto the ones who first brought forth the original translation, Old Aramaic scripting, and severed his relationship with the cult church. He struggled to live unrecognized with his family. He, being aware of the enormous power of the cult religions, requested his name be withheld from the public as well as from the scripts themselves, that he might protect his family members. He rightfully feared for his life and that of his dear family, who meanwhile all became victims of the religious persecutors and were assassinated, to the last member which could be located. So be it. Heed well these words. These publications will not come forth from this location, but will be put to book format elsewhere, that the scribe be protected. In thy year 1963, the original translator of the original scrolls of the forthcoming text was taken to mine actual tomb, where he was shown and given confirmation and items of proof. Portions of the scrolls were illegible or disintegrated. Also several pages were missing. Nevertheless, the portion that is still evident and in existence is a stirring testimony to the fact that truth is not that which ye have been fed, but in fact, the most massive web of lies ever imagined has been cast upon you once. It is rare indeed that individuals succeed in bringing public themes and truths which clarify original meanings, or even barely elucidate saying, when great political, religious cults, or military issues are under discussion. Previous experience on your place proves that generally those people are persecuted, tortured, and murdered because in each case enemy forces appear and are given the assignment to not only represent the truthfulness of a statement, but with any means possible or available, make themselves a mockery of truth, that it be discounted. Remember, Satan most often comes in the sheep's cloth to kill the lambs, and also comes forth proclaiming himself the Prince of Light. False prophets? O ye blind lambs awaiting thy slaughter, I beg and petition that ye open of thine eyes and ears, that ye see and hear. I shall not mince of mine words with thee, for ye are in most critical and serious times and circumstances. Thy planet is ready to blow apart in the hands of the evil ones. Can ye not see of it falling all about thee? Man takes the discounting even farther in every case to date. The texts are banned, taken out of circulation with the help of pastors, the police, authorities, courts, and those in power. The writers are usually incarcerated on any false accusation remotely conjured forth, and assassinations are often carried out in the very presence of the prison officials. Further, texts of truth are safeguarded in hidden archives or blatantly destroyed to further withhold from the people of earth the truthful reality, and to continue to let them suffer consequences of their erroneous thinking and their false teaching, and to let them starve and decay in misery, because only in this manner can man be exploited to the last drop of his blood, most especially by governments and cult religions. It shall not be thus again. The time of truth upon earth has arrived. Ye ones shall be in the choosing of thy truth, for the ending of a cycle and a forthcoming transition is at hand. The fulfilling of the prophecies are all but to the final chapter. Ye ones are in thy final days. So be it, and I place mine seal of truth upon these words. I am one with God. I am the Christ, who is returned unto you ones to reclaim mine people and mine Father's kingdom. I have prepared a place for you, and the plan of the transition is laid in perfection. I plead with you to hear mine call. I am that I am. I am Isu Jesus Sananda. I am the Lord thy God, manifest and incarnate. Do ye know who ye might be? One with God and the creation. I am, and ye can be as I am. Go forth for a respite, Dharma. Ye do not stand alone, for I stand afore thee, and that is a surety that I stand between thee and any enemy who will come unto thy spaces. Blessing upon thee and thy brethren who share of thy task and commitment, for great will be their glory and reward in these coming days of fulfillment. Ye shall be given to be the lighthouse and way-shower to a failing, sickened people. Yours is to be reflected in abundance and integrity, even in thy physical perception on this place in thy time. Go in peace, child, for we will begin the penning shortly. This is but mine introduction. Chapter 1. Recording number 2. Isu Jesus Sananda. Sunday, August 6th, 1989, 2 p.m. Year 2, Day 355. I am present, Dharma, that we might press on. I will allow mine brother Judas Iscariot to be the speaker. You are not yet familiar with his person, so I shall stand in at all times, Chela, that you have the knowledge of mine presence. At the time of the scrolls, I was not honored with my name of fulfillment, Sananda. That was most recently bestowed upon mine humble self by our Father Creator. There is no way that ye of earth in thy early understanding can fathom the massive concept of experience being illusion and all being one, and that one being all. We will, at this time, deal with the same basic story handed forth upon you ones from that time of the Christ experience upon your place as the one erroneously labeled Jesus. It is quite all right for the beginning of truth, but you must know that my name was Immanuel, pronounced as an I, as in Immanuel. You must also know that my spirit form came from the cosmos, and I was but birthed in your human array. As Judas took great pains to list the Begats and Begats, that you of the testers and doubters could research it for yourself, they shall be included. There is no further intrinsic value therein. I shall stand aside and allow mine brother to tell the story as in his experience. I shall from time to time comment and enlarge upon subject matter, and or comment at the conclusion of his portion, that ye be brought to conclusion of the particular life stream of myself, so much falsely denigrated. I place mine seal on these portions, Dharma, that ye can write in truth and peace, for as ye ones are in the reading, then shall ye understand. Ye will make no attempt to interpret, change wordings, nor attempt to understand statements. Yours is to put to paper, Actually, ye shall not be asked to put much in quantity to paper that has not already been scribed at some other place or time, that ye be not jeopardized directly. As the truth comes forth from several places, ye shall be ensured protection. I ask herein that Oberly and Reynos make duplicate discs, and send backup copies unto Sister T. At some point in the near future, please make sure she has backup copies of all that they will be in safekeeping in multiple places, and give no merit to the striking down of Dharma. Genealogical tree. Genealogical tree. This is the book and secret records of Immanuel, which means God with us, God among us, who is a son of Joseph, of Jacob, the distant descendant of David, who was a descendant of Abram, whose lineage goes back to Adam, the father of man of the earth, who was begot by Simjasa, the leader of the sons of heaven, who were the guardian angels of God, the great ruler of those who traveled from afar. Simjasa, the heavenly son and guardian angel of God, the great ruler of those who traveled from far away through the space of the universe, begot with an earth wife, Adam, the father of the white human race. Adam took an earth wife and begot Seth. Seth begot Enos. Enos begot Achabil. Achabil begot Arusik. Arusik begot Canaan. Canaan begot Mahalaleel. Mahalaleel begot Urakebarameel. Urakebarameel begot Jared. Jared begot Enoch. Enoch begot Methuselah. Methuselah begot Lamech. Lamech begot Tamiel. Tamiel begot Danel. Danel begot Asael. Asael begot Samsavil. Samsavil begot Jomjael. Jomjael begot Turel. Turel begot Hamek. Hamek begot Noah. Noah begot Sem. Sem begot Arpachshad. Arpachshad begot Batrael. Batrael begot Ramuel. Ramuel begot Askiel. Askiel begot Armers. Armers begot Selah. Salah begot Eber. Eber begot Peleg. Peleg begot Regu. Regu begot Serug. Serug begot Arusil. Arusil begot Nahor. Nahor begot Thara. Thara begot Abram. Abram begot Isaac. Isaac begot Judah. Judah begot Anani. Anani begot Ertael. Ertael begot Perez. Perez begot Hezron. Hezron begot Ram. Ram begot Amenada. Amenada begot Savebe. Savebe begot Nathason. Nahason begot Sana. Sana begot Boaz. Boaz begot Obed. Obed begot Jesse. Jesse begot David. David begot Solomo. Salomo begot Asa. Asa begot Gadael. Gadael begot Josaphat. Josaphat begot Jara. Jara begot Armanil. Armanil begot Uzziah. Uzziah begot Jotham. Jotham begot Gadriel. Gadriel begot Ahas. Ahas begot Itiskia. Itiskia begot Manasseh. Manasseh begot Ammon. Ammon begot Josiah. Josiah begot Jahachin. Jahachin begot Sealthiel. Sealthiel begot Higun. Higun begot Zerubbabel. Zerubbabel begot Abiud. Abiud begot Eliakim. Eliakim begot Esor. Esor begot Zadok. Zadok begot Akim. Akim begot Eliud. Eliud begot Eleazar. Eleazar begot Mathan. Mathan begot Jacob. And Jacob begot Joseph. Pregnancy of Mary. Joseph became the spouse of Mary, the mother of Immanuel, who became pregnant by one who was a distant descendant of the Son of Heaven, Raphael, who was the guardian angel of the secret. When Joseph was in betrothal to Mary to be publicly married, he was informed of the secret insemination of Mary through a descendant of the sons of heaven from the lineage of Raphael. He was filled with wrath. He denied her, and yet, having been close unto her, and most respectful of her purity from matings, was given to confusion and bewilderment. He made arrangements to take leave of her, and denounced any responsibility unto her, and further refused to marry her in public before the peoples of the community, which was the way marriage was ordained and sanctioned in those days. While Joseph was thus thinking in this manner, behold, a guardian angel of the sons of heaven, Gabriel, who had brought the seed unto Mary, appeared before him and said, Joseph, Mary is betrothed to you, and you are her spouse. Do not leave of her, for the fruit of her womb is chosen for a great and wondrous purpose. Marry her before the people, so that you may be a man and wife before the people. If ye choose to renounce her and deny of thy responsibility, thy name shall be stricken from the book of life, and ye shall be as never having been. The impregnation of Mary occurred some 11,000 earth years after the creation of Adam through the Son of Heaven, Simjasa, so that the word could be fulfilled which God, the ruler of those that traveled from afar, had said through the prophet Jesaha, who spoke as follows, Behold, an innocent child will be impregnated by a son of heaven before she is married to a man before the people. Name shall be Immanuel. They will name the fruit of her womb Immanuel, which interpreted means the God with us, as a symbol and to give honor unto God through whose strength and providential care the earth was made to bear intelligent human life, through the women of the earth pairing with the sons of heaven, those that traveled from afar and bearing great wisdom and perfection from the universe. Behold, God and his followers from afar came from the depths of the universe, saving themselves from a strong bondage, creating a new race and home with the early women of this earth, for they were in form much like the beauteous creation of earth, and transported great truth and knowledge, bonded with unsurpassed wisdom. However, upon birthing into the density of earth plane, the shroud of forgetfulness would be destined to fall upon the human form. Honor only God and the creation. Honor by the man of earth is due unto God, for behold, he is the true originator of the white, lighted generations of people on earth, and to him honor should be given. There is nothing in equal form besides him, for this human race created by him, therefore man shall have no other gods beside him who created other human races in other parts of the earth. Besides God, there is nothing in equal form worthy of adoration. Only the omnipotence of creation reigns over him and his celestial sons, the creation itself, which is to be adored. Behold thus, God reigns over the earth, the Lord of the celestial sons and men of this lighted race. This particular grouping would be pale of countenance, bearing the predominant characteristics of the universal beings which came unto these particular peoples. God is the giver of the law of this human race, and therefore his wishes shall be obeyed by all men and women. God the Lord is generous in his love, but also terrible in his anger when his laws are disobeyed. Thus Mary's pregnancy is the law of God, so you, Joseph, are to be her spouse in matrimony, for it is so ordained. And thus did the angel Gabriel speak unto Joseph. Birth of Immanuel. Joseph was very God-fearing, so that when he heard this presented to him from the brilliance of the angel Gabriel, he remembered the laws of God. He brought Mary unto him, and married her before the people in the acceptable manner of marriage. It came to be at that same time, Emperor Augustus decreed that a census should be taken of all the world. This was the first census of this kind, and occurred at the time that Cyrenius was governor of Syria. It was decreed that each and every one will go to his particular town in order to be counted. Joseph was of Galilee, of the city of Nazareth. Therefore he went together with his wife Mary into the Jewish land, to the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he was of the house and lineage of David, in order to be counted with his wife Mary, who was pregnant and very near her time of delivery. The journey was most difficult, for Mary was in her late days of pregnancy, and the riding on the beast of burden was most painful and tiring. Therefore most of the journey was afoot, on the dusty, foot-worn pathway. Mary had begun her birthing constrictions by the time they reached the village. There was little time to seek shelter, and efforts at finding quarters were there was little time to seek shelter, and finding. Let me start over. There was little time to seek shelter, and efforts at finding quarters were fruitless. They were finally granted permission to rest in a stable where the silage and straw was stored and animals tended, for Mary could go no further. Therefore Mary bore her first wondrous babe on a mat of straw, wrapped him in a receiving cloth she had brought in the event the babe would be brought forth before their return journey, and put him into the cradle of a manger near the cattle, that he be warmed by their bodies while she could rest and recover her strength. For she was most weary, and the babe would need be suckled and nurtured with no place for preparation for cleansing. Joseph continued to seek housing within the places of travelers, but all the inns were filled. One of the mothers of the village brought care and nourishment unto the new mother, and showed her how to tend of the infant, for Mary was young and had no knowledge. The kind people brought what they could for comfort unto the parents and child, and took them into their hearts, and gave what they had of meager rations, in sharing unto the gentle family. 3 wise men. As Immanuel was born in the stable at Bethlehem, in the land of the Jews, at the time of Herodes Antipas, tetrarch of Galilee and Perea, and while Mary lay in recovery of the birthing in days that followed, behold, there came wise men from the Orient to Jerusalem, and spoke, Where is the newborn King of wisdom of the Jews? We have seen in the heavens a strong light, and from the light there was a voice which called unto us, each in our separate place, saying, Follow the trail of light, for the King of wisdom of the Jews is born, and will bring great wisdom unto you. Therefore we have come a great distance, traveling day and night, that we might adore this new child of wisdom, which comes as a promise of hope unto us. For we have come as we were instructed from the heavens, and God provided us with a great orb of light, with a great tail of light that came upon the earth in front of our path, that we could find our way. Therefore we know this is the child which has been promised unto us, for the celestial sons of heaven has told us thus. This is surely a son of the celestial sons of God, for none other could it be. He shall have the wisdom of God, and shall be a son of the celestial son Gabriel. His wisdom shall be boundless, and his power will rule the spirit of men, so that they may learn and serve the creation. When Herod Antipas heard this, he was frightened, and with him all of Jerusalem, for they were afraid that the newborn child might hold and then exercise cruel power. Therefore Herod Antipas called together all the high priests and scribes among the people, and demanded to know of them where Immanuel was to be born. They responded to him, saying, In Bethlehem, in the Jewish land, for thus it is written by the prophet Micah, And you in the Jewish land Bethlehem are by no means the last among the towns in Judea, for out of you shall come the King of wisdom, who shall bring great knowledge to the people of Israel, so that they may learn about and serve the creation. Thereupon Herod Antipas called the wise men secretly, and diligently inquired of them. When the strong light with the long tail had appeared in the sky, then he sent them out to Bethlehem, saying, Go and search diligently for the young child, and when you find him, let me be informed, that I can come and also revere him. When they had heard Herod Antipas, they set out, and behold, the light with the tail of light, which they had also seen in the Orient, went ahead of them. And there was a singing until the light came and stood directly above the stable in which the young child was birthed in Bethlehem. And when they saw this, they were extremely filled with joy. They went into the stable and found the child with his mother, Mary, and Joseph the father. They fell down and worshipped him, and also delivered treasures which they had brought with them, of incense, myrrh, and gold. At this time there again sounded the voice from the light above, saying that they should not return to Herod Antipas, because he planned evil for the child. So they returned to their country by another route. Fleeing from Herod. When the wise men had departed, behold, the celestial son Gabriel appeared to Joseph, saying, Rise, and take the young child and his mother Mary with you, and flee to Egypt, and stay there until I shall tell you. For Herod Antipas is planning to seek out the young child to kill him. He fears that the young child might wield terrible power and sorcery. While you are in Egypt, I will send my messenger to Herod Antipas to inform him of the truth. Joseph rose and took the young child and his mother at night, and they escaped under the guidance of the celestial son, Gabriel, towards the descending light which fled along with them into Egypt. They found safety and shelter and remained there until Herod Antipas had been given information which changed his heart, and his fear was abated. As it came to pass, Herod Antipas saw that he had nothing to fear from the young boy, and that he was only said to be endowed with great wisdom and knowledge. He ceased to feel threatened in his realm, and he said to the messenger of the celestial son, Gabriel, that Mary, Joseph, and Immanuel would no longer be pursued, nor would they be in further danger. At this change of events, Gabriel came again to Joseph, saying, Arise, and take the young child and his mother, Mary, and move to the land of Israel. All those who wanted to harm the child will now leave the babe unharmed. Joseph rose and took the child and his wife, Mary, and returned to the light that had again appeared, and which then led them into Israel. The celestial son Gabriel brought them back into Galilee, where they lived in the city named Nazareth, so that what had been said by the prophet would be fulfilled. The Nazarene shall be called Immanuel. Dharma, it has been a long day, so let us leave this until the morrow. We shall take bit by bit, that ye not become overladen. Go to thy place of quiet rest, for I am with you in love and peace. So be it that mine seal is placed upon these writings. Blessings unto ye ones. I am Sananda Immanuel.